I'm just trying to figure out right now, what are the Eagles? Are the Eagles going to give Jalen Hurts a fair shot? I mean, really, at this point, I mean, I think I've heard enough, and I mean, I'm feeling more towards their starting Jalen Hurts this year. I mean, I'm getting that feeling that I think Jalen Hurts will be starting in 2022. I mean, I still think they could. There is a chance that a lot of things could be smoke screens. They could draft a quarterback this year, but I really think that they're rolling with Hurts this year. But what fair shot is he given? With nothing really built around. I'm not saying like he has a good offensive line. He's got good running backs. I like Quez Watkins. Devontae Smith obviously is the number one receiver here. You still got JJ on the roster, Rager. I mean, you signed Zach Pascal to as the number 3, number 4 receiver right now. So is there really enough in this offense that really is? I mean, if they believe in him and they say all these great things about him, are they really showing me right now that they're okay with what they have in this offense? I mean, really, theoretically, like I really want JJ and Rager to be more of a competition this year. Okay, and I don't know if drafting a wide receiver is, at this point, drafting a wide receiver is, the draft is a gamble, okay? You're not promised to get that Jamar Chase in this draft that's going to literally come out and ball out. Like you're not, I mean, there's nothing promising about it. I mean, there's a lot of good prospects, but nothing is promised from this draft. There are teams out there, okay, that, apparently DK Metcalf is on the trade block right now in the background. That Patriots, Chiefs, Packers, and Jets are all interested. Eagles are not on this list, okay, but does not mean that they're not interested. Now, we know the Patriots just signed Devontae Parker. Maybe that's not true. Maybe they're not in, or maybe they still need another receiver. I have no idea. I don't think so because they're they're going to release N'Keal Harry. The Chiefs, they don't have a number one guy. They trade Tyreek, and they still need more firepower. The Packers are in desperate need of a number one receiver, but with, Scaldez Van, not there anymore, and, Devontae Adams not there anymore, so they don't even have a number one. And the Jets have been looking for a wide receiver this whole entire free agency. They tried to get Tyreek Hill, didn't happen. So at this point, I mean, there's teams out there that believe that DK Metcalf is actually still available. Okay, and just like I take the Calvin Ridley trade that was supposed to be done as an example, we just heard that Calvin Ridley was on the trade block. We didn't know the Eagles were going after him. The Eagles could jump in trade talks for a receiver. There's got to be something else going on because this just makes absolutely no sense. It really doesn't, because how do they pass up on every single wide receiver in free agency? I understand that the wide receiver market was crazy. I think Christian Kirk kind of affected that when they offered him 13 and he got paid $17 million. Okay, I don't know what they're doing. A.J. Brown. We know Jalen Hurts and A.J. Brown. We know that A.J. Brown was trying to be recruited by Jalen Hurts to go to Alabama. They've been best friends ever since, and they've been kind of chirping back and forth to each other like, hey, maybe we can do something together. Add another weapon to the Philadelphia Eagles, and A.J. Brown is a number 2 receiver, opposite of Devontae Smith. But DK Metcalf is another one, too, that there are reports out that executives around the league are saying that he's available in secret, but, Pete Carroll's not saying that he's available. I mean, we even know that Tyler Lockett, it was on the trade block, too, and nothing's happened with him either. So I think for the right price as of right now, I think he is available. It's just, what are you going to give up? And like I said, guys, I've said it a million times. I would give up a first and a fourth round pick. I give up a first, a fourth, and a second round next year. I'm a first and a fourth this year, a second round next year. At this point, that's what I would do for DK. Okay, and well, you have to pay him. Well, obviously, I mean, I want somebody here long term with Devontae Smith. That's what I want, and I want to give Jalen Hurts a fair shot at the end of the day. Whether it's A.J. Brown, DK Metcalf, there's got to be something. There's got to be something going on because they have not touched. Besides Zach Pascal, which doesn't even count, they have not even touched this wide receiver core yet. Okay, I understand, like, maybe they're just trying to. That, like I said, the draft is a huge gamble. It's impossible to go in this draft and say, oh, this guy's going to be a Jamar Chase coming in this draft, and he's going to produce within the first game and get almost 200 yards receiving. It's not promising. Okay, it's really not. I understand that a lot of fans are not a fan of Jalen Hurts, and even if we add another receiver, it's not going to make a difference, and he's not going to be able to get them the ball. Which, who knows at this point? Maybe you're right. but I want to at least give the guy a fair shot. Regardless if I think he's franchise quarterback material or not, I want to give this guy at least a shot as of right now. That's what I'm hoping. Okay, those teams that we've mentioned right now, the Jets, Patriots, Kansas City Chiefs, all teams that really need, top-end receivers. And, the right price, I don't know if Howie's going to pull the trigger on it. You're not going to get a deal for DK Metcalf or A.J. Brown. You're going to have to give up a first-round pick. I mean, at the end of the day, if you're maybe A.J. Brown, maybe you can't give up a first-round pick. Maybe you can give up a couple second-rounders this year or next year. I don't know. I honestly don't know. But if you could shore up this wide receiver position a little bit, at least give him some sort of help, it would be nice. Because like I said, you got to keep playing Quez, okay? Reagor and JJ need to move down the depth chart of this roster. Do not put him in contention to even compete at this point. I mean, Reagor's probably going to be here just because he's a first-round pick for at least one more year. Okay, Greg Ward's on the roster, and I think they value Reagor over Greg Ward, whether I should say Howie values Reagor over Greg Ward, because he's still trying to justify these stupid picks that he's made the past few years, and I can't stand it. But like I said, A.J. Brown, DK Metcalf, Debo, whoever it's going to be, I feel like there's a trade coming. I feel like they failed. I mean, it's really not Howie Roseman's failure about the Calvin Ridley thing. That's all on Calvin Ridley. Respect to the Falcons for not trading him and then all this happening, okay? Could have had Calvin Ridley for a third-round pick, but you're not going to get that with these two players here in A.J. Brown, DK Metcalf, or whoever else is available. We're either going to be seeing a trade for a veteran receiver during the draft or making a deal before the draft, which the Eagles could trade up maybe, or who knows at this point, okay? Who knows? I don't know if they're going to move up in this draft, and that's a whole different story, but when it comes down to getting a weapon for Jalen Hurts and getting someone proven around Jalen Hurts, they passed up on everybody. And it's going to cost you more now, because now you're going to have to give up high draft capital. Plus, you got to give these guys are going into the last years of their rookie contracts, I think. I mean, both of them are only going to cost $4 to $5 million for the year, so it's cheap. But obviously, if you're trading DK Metcalf or if you're trading AJ Brown, they're getting an extension after this year. It's going to happen, which, brings more problems because, Hurts is probably due for an extension right at the end of this year or during this year, because he's going to his last year next year. So it's a real crappy situation. It's not like Jalen Hurts is going into his second year right now. This is his third year, but technically he's only played a year and a half of football. So I don't think the Eagles are giving him a fair chance. There's got to be something. There's no way they're keeping it like this. There's no way. And look, I'm happy with Quez, and I'm happy with Devontae Smith. And, it's play design, it's route Shane Steichen, the offensive coordinator, it's going to be on him to get these guys in good positions to win football games. And that's just the way it is. They're not treating Devontae Smith like a number one receiver. They're treating Jalen Reagor like he's the number one receiver here, and I can't stand it. Quez Watkins is not getting targeted enough while he's open so many damn times in 1 year, but as well as Devontae Smith. Dallas Goedert in the lineup too. You add a guy like DK Metcalf or A.J. Brown, especially DK Metcalf, forget about it. You are, for DK Metcalf and Devontae Smith for years to come. Oh, man, with this run game, with this offensive line, and this quarterback can hopefully get the ball to these guys, it will be a dangerous offense this year. It will be, if everything's on point and Hurts has a good offseason and he's looking like he's taking that next step. I'm hoping. That's what I'm hoping. Nothing's promising with Jalen Hurts, but I'm giving this guy a chance. I didn't want to trade for a quarterback. I didn't want to go move up in the draft and waste a draft pick on a quarterback this year. I wanted to do what they did with Carson Wentz going to 2017 and getting a Torrey Smith, getting an Alshon, getting players around him. And why do I feel like they don't have any? They just don't have any. They talk all these great things about him, but I just feel like it's all talk. But you're not doing anything to help him. If you think he's 23 and he got us in the playoffs, and I'm like Jeffrey Lurie, I'm like, all right. I mean, that's great to hear, but I'm not seeing don't you want him with don't you want to give him better weapons? Don't you want to increase the competition for this group? I mean, what are you trying to do here? So I feel like something is going on. I mean, there has to be at this point. I mean, you've passed on everybody. if you're up for a trade and Howie Roseman's good at the trades, you're not going to be, if you're able to get A.J. Brown without giving up a first-round pick, great. But with DK Metcalf, you're probably going to have to give up a first-round pick. Either or, for both players, you're probably going to give up a first-round pick anyway. Who knows at this point? Because they're not letting go of these players for nothing. The right price is the right price, okay? I'm not giving up 2 first-round picks for DK, but at least 1 and a 4th this year and maybe a 2nd next year or something at this point. Like I said, the Calvin Ridley trade was in the background. Had no idea about it. All of a sudden, the deal was supposed to get done, and because of what happened, it's not Howie's fault. But I got to say, that was a sneaky trade that they tried to do, and they could be sneaky with one of these trades here. So you guys let me know in the comment section below what you guys think, and I will see you guys later. Shake Squad up, follow Sly. Peace out, guys. Peace.